Hallo zusammen. Mikrofon noch richtig hinmachen. So, ich glaube, so sollte gut sein. Ich habe erstmal ein bisschen Slay the Spire gespielt. Das gibt es leider nicht auf Englisch. Ich weiß nicht, ob ich das wirklich alles übersetzen kann. Das ist viel zu lesen. Aber ich möchte es spielen. Slay the Spire. Habe ich Spire gesagt? Oh. Ups. Slay the Princess. Auf jeden Fall ein neues Spiel. Kapitel 1. Der Held und die Prinzessin.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay, nein, ich werde es nicht übersetzen. Ich hoffe einfach, dass ihr Englisch könnt.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Das Ende der Welt? Über was redest du da? Hast du schon jemals bedacht, dass es daran liegen könnte, die Welt zu beenden, weil sie eingesperrt ist? Oh Gott, hier gibt es ja so viele Auswahlmöglichkeiten. Eine Prinzessin zu ermorden, das hört sich jetzt sehr schlecht an, oder nicht? Kann es nicht jemand anders machen? Vergiss es, das tue ich nicht. Hast du jemals bedacht, dass es für mich in Ordnung ist, dass die Welt zu Ende geht? Oder bekomme ich eine Belohnung dafür? Okay, danke, dass du mir sagst, was ich zu tun habe. Süße. Ich will unbedingt jemanden töten. Einfach hingehen und einfach verlassen. Kann ich denn einfach verlassen?
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Ich weiß auch nicht, was vor mir liegt, also... Okay, alles klar. Du bist sehr penetrant. Ich gehe vorwärts und töte die Prinzessin. Ich gehe zur Prinzessin. Vielleicht werde ich sie töten, vielleicht auch nicht. Eine Lüge. Ja, ich weiß genau, wo ich hingehe. Nope. Nur ich habe keine Ahnung, wo ich hingehe.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Ich will einfach nur...
That's strange.
Was?
It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Aber ich wollte doch nicht hin, ich wollte nach Hause. Okay, ich gehe in die Kabine, Mann. Turn around again and leave again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Du bist ein Erzähler in meinem Kopf, der mir sagt, ich soll jemanden töten, obwohl ich nicht mehr weiß, warum ich irgendjemanden töten soll. I don't care, I'm not killing a princess. Ja, es kümmert mich nicht, ich werde keine Prinzessin töten. Okay, gut, vielleicht sollte jeder sterben. Dafür, dass sie mich einfach in so einem Wald aussetzen und mich darum fragen, jemanden zu töten. Du wirst mich nicht emotional dazu blackmailen, das zu tun. Ja, ich nehme das.
Everyone, I meant everyone. That's a pretty large group to just condemn to death over a single princess. And, last I checked, you're part of everyone too, so if you think about it, walking up to that cabin and slaying her is really in your best interests as well.
Aber wenn die Prinzessin da schon eingesperrt ist, warum ist es denn wichtig, sie zu töten? Sie ist doch eingesperrt.
But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
Komme ich wieder zur
Oh,
Kabine,
would you
ja.
look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Oder der Geschichtenerzähler. Ich kann wohl nichts dagegen tun, nicht wahr? Ich muss in diese Kabine. Richtig? Na gut. Oh ja? Nun, Oh ja? Ich glaube, ich laufe einfach weiter in irgendeine andere Richtung. Immer weiter in irgendeine unbestimmte Richtung und irgendwann werde ich hier rausfinden.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen.
Aber, also den Weg hatten wir ja vorher auch, aber die Kabine war doch vorher gar nicht da, oder?
At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Ich will aber nicht zur Kabine. Wo ist mein Zuhause?
What's going on?
Frage ich mich
You're too
auch.
stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world.
Ja,
You've
ich
doomed
will
us all.
halt weg
You
hier.
know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Also sind jetzt alle gestorben? Nein, Kapitel 2. Der Unbekannte.
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin. And you're here
Das kennen wir
to
ja
slay
schon.
her.
Ich will sie nicht töten. Ich kriege ein schlechtes Gefühl von Déjà-vu. Wait mal. Ist das hier nicht schon mal passiert? Okay, nein. Can I... So what? Last time didn't she? What the hell is she? Oh Gott, ich weiß nicht, ob ich das wirklich alles übersetzen kann. Aber was ist, wenn es der Geschichtenerzähler ist und nicht die Prinzessin, die jetzt zurückspringt? Aber er scheint ja wirklich nichts davon zu wissen. Aber ich bin gestorben, die ganze Welt wurde beendet. Was tue ich hier? Oh, die Wände waren das letzte Mal nicht hier. Oh, ich werde sie auf jeden Fall töten. Naja, ich hab's kapiert. Ich werde zur Kabine gehen.
I can assure you that you're not dead and that the princess has yet to end the world, otherwise you wouldn't be here. And to answer your question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told you that a second ago.
Ja, aber ich bin ja
If he doesn't remember
gestorben.
what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a
Und das
captive
sind jetzt
audience.
2 Stimmen von mir. Aber warte, ich sehe gerade, die Untertitel werden gar nicht angezeigt. Moment. Und mein Charakter ist viel zu groß. Ich glaube, ich muss mich ein kleines Stück kleiner machen. Ich weiß nicht, wo ich hin soll. Vielleicht hier hin, so ein bisschen weiter in die Ecke rein. Oder da in die Ecke rein. Mal gucken, ob das so okay ist. Dass man wenigstens den Text lesen kann. Hallo Lord Suppe. Ja, Kubik. Wie geht's dir?
The entire world ending wasn't enough to get rid of us. I don't think there's much he can do other than object. I wonder what else we can do to ruin his day. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet. And you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
Okay, ja. Eine Lüge? Aber sollte ich vielleicht einfach mal auf ihn hören und das einfach tun, weil er kann sich ja wirklich an nichts erinnern. Ich hab's ja verabredet, ich gehe zur Kabine.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Ich meine, er kann auch so tun, als würde er gar nichts wissen, dass wir schon gestorben sind und dass alles nochmal beginnt.
If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar. Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it. Let's keep an open mind.
Ja, wir gehen weiter zur Kabine.
The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space.
Ja.
It's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense.
Also irgendwie sind hier wirklich 2 Räume in einem. Einer aus Holz und einer aus Stein. Habe ich das Spiel kaputt gemacht? Physik sagt nein. Ja, ich kann speichern. Klar.
The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths. Its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust. Or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway?
Das stimmt schon. Was bringt mir ein Messer, wenn sowas schon passiert, nur weil ich mich umgedreht habe?
No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and
sieht zwar eine
straightforward
Prinzessin, aber
premise?
irgendwie irgendwas stimmt mit der Welt
You
nicht.
can't just say that. But when everything here is so wrong.
Vielleicht sollten wir das einfach
Listen,
jemand anderen
My
überlassen.
job is to describe facts and to guide
Wieso
you
kann
through
der
your
Geschichtenerzähler
job,
das
which is
nicht
to
machen?
slay
Wo
the
ist der
princess
denn?
and
Von wo
through
aus
that
redet der mit mir?
action save the entire world. And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her. Oh, ho, ho, ho! You've piqued my interest. What's nothing? Because you're going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm.
Ich bin ganz entspannt,
How?
keine
Even if we
Sorge.
closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us. I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird. What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard. Okay. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for
Der
you
Raum
to
verwirrt
complete
mich
a
auf alle
very
Arten und Weisen.
important
Ja, ein
task.
bisschen. Es ist halt irgendwie ein Raum aus Stein. In diesem Raum gefühlt sind die Fenster, ein Spiegel, eine Tür und Fenster und der Tisch. Und dann dahinter ist aber nochmal ein Holzhaus, das sich nicht mitbewegt. Irgendwie sowas. You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall? Approach the mirror, take the blade into the basement. Also den Spiegel erwähnt hat die Fenster nicht. Sag mal was über den
We should
Spiegel.
look at ourselves. Wouldn't that be fun? You won't be looking at yourself because there isn't a mirror. There's the table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
Der sieht die Fenster und den Spiegel gar nicht.
There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. You insisting it isn't there just makes me want to look at it even more.
Yeah. Why would you lie about it? What's the point? I also want to look at myself and want to see how handsome I am.
We shouldn't waste time preening. If he is
Wir
lying
wissen,
about
wie
the mirror,
wunderschön
it
ich
might be
aussehe.
important. I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would it even do?
Wir haben heute noch kein Silvester.
So we're all in agreement then. We're looking.
Nein, ich will erstmal zu diesem
You walk up to the
Spiegel.
wall next to the basement door. It's a wall.
Ein
Isn't
Spiegel.
much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward
Oh.
and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Ja, ich sehe es gerade. Ganz böse Geschichte. Lieber weg.
It was there a
Gerade, wir
second
sehen
ago.
etwas, was verschwindet.
And now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
Sollte ich jetzt das Messer nehmen oder nicht? Ich glaube, ich nehme es lieber.
You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Okay, fine, you took the knife. But you really shouldn't hold it like that. Then how are we
Wie
supposed
halte
to
ich
hold
das
it?
denn?
The other way. Thumb at the bottom. Will look much cooler and more serious if we hold it with our thumb at the bottom. It
Was?
really doesn't matter how you hold the blade, as long as you have it.
What's the blade the other way?
Switch your grip on the blade.
Darüber mache ich mir
Congratulations.
Gedanken, ich soll eine Prinzessin töten. Alles ändert sich so auf seltsame Weise. Wie halte ich denn jetzt das Messer in der Hand?
Yes! Isn't this so much better?
Ich bin ein Assassine.
Okay, fine. You're right. This does look a lot better. It really doesn't matter. Just get on with it and deal with
Der
the
Geist der
princess.
vergangenen Weihnachten. Wusch? Die Prinzessin? War ich kein gutes Kind zu Weihnachten? Oh, ich kann das Messer aus dem Fenster werfen? Mach das mal.
Yes, do it. Seriously. Ugh, you throw the blade at the window, glass showering the cabin as your weapon flies out into the night. I suppose you'll just have to deal with the princess without it. We'll be fine, don't worry about it. What's the worst that could happen? The world ends. Been there, done that. I'm not so sure. This place is already messing with my head. It would be much better if we had a weapon. What's done is done. Good luck,
Alles klar,
hero.
super. Vielen Dank, dass du im Lag bist. Gut, ich muss mal in dieses
The
Basement
door
rein.
to the
Was?
basement creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials.
Also das, was ich auf YouTube gesehen habe, lief total langsam mit einer Treppe. Ich meine, die haben auch nicht diese Möglichkeit gewählt, die ich jetzt gewählt habe, aber... Habe ich gleich die harte Route genommen?
Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making...
Ups, nein, eigentlich nicht.
The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her
Ja,
voice,
irgendwie schon.
a
Ich würde auch nicht da
disquieting
leben wollen.
collage of tone and personality drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
Nein, nicht
No,
wirklich.
no, thank you. Oh, don't be
Darf ich
such a
zurückgehen?
baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die.
Genau,
don't
so,
even have a
so,
weapon.
so fühle ich mich. Ich meine, auch wenn ich zurückgehe, werde ich sterben. Ist doch egal, ob ich runtergehe oder oben bleibe.
But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
Takes the hard stairs to the left, takes the center staircase, takes the soft stairs to the right. Ich nehme die Mitte.
You step onto the center staircase. Paths wind out around you in all directions, each step branching into its own staircases, which branch into their own staircases, and so on. You aren't quite sure if yours is taking you up or down, but at the very least, it's taking you somewhere. You concentrate on where you
Da
are,
kommen noch mehr Treppen
careful
dazu.
not to stray onto any of the many splitting branches that tempt you on all sides. You wouldn't want to have to backtrack to yours once you'd made a decision that took you someplace else. And so you take
Noch
one
mehr Treppen.
careful, focused step after another. 1 foot down, another foot down, another after that. You lose yourself in following the correct pattern, in following what looks to be the true path. The one that, but no matter the direction it goes, it certainly is the most true path. You know that much.
Kommen wir denn an oder
You
nicht?
slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go.
Aber wieso sehe ich hier eine normale Treppe? Die habe ich jetzt nie
Time
gesehen.
disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten. Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing,
What the hell?
pain and unfamiliarity. And at the
Can I help you?
Hi.
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways. The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here.
Ja, ich bin hier, sie zu retten.
And why are we
Das ist
here
zu töten.
again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass, we remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
Naja, das Kill vorhin hat sich nicht so normal angehört. Es tut mir leid, ich habe nicht realisiert, dass hier jemand ist. Was ist dein Name? Hier runterzukommen war seltsam. Als würde ich auseinandergenommen werden und wieder zusammengepackt werden. Weißt du, was mit mir passiert ist? Also alles Mögliche, was ich weiß, ist, dass du hier unten eingesperrt bist. Warum? Weißt du, warum du hier unten bist? Und anscheinend bist du eine Gefahr für die Welt. Wurde hierher geschickt, um dich zu töten. Ich fall einfach in die Tür
I don't
damit.
have any weapons, and I'm chained to a wall. Do I look like someone that could end the world? Do I look like a monster?
Nicht wirklich.
Everything you've heard about me is true, and I'm going to lay waste to everything, starting with you.
Okay, vielleicht doch.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. And where there was once just one of her, there is now another. We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? You said you'd been here before, right?
Ich wollte doch nur
What
zurückgehen
exactly
und nicht die ganze Welt in Schutt und Asche
Does it
legen.
matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now. Oh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
Was? There's more of you now. Das sind nun mehr von dir. Was ist dein Name? Das hatte ich schon. Wenn ich dich hier rauslasse, was würdest du tun? Ich werde dich hier rausholen. Hä? Getting out of here? Aber es gehört alles zusammen. Been free here. I don't know what you... Ich weiß nicht, was du bist. Ich kann dir nicht vertrauen. Ich kann hier niemandem vertrauen. Ich verlasse das Basement. Und mir fällt das Wort nicht ein, dass ich es bereue, das Schwert aus dem Fenster geschmissen zu haben. Nee, leave her in the basement. Okay, nee. Was ist dein Name? Princess.
No, I don't need a name.
My name is whatever hushed whispers follow in the wake of my devastation.
Da sind nun mehr
There
von
must
dir.
be something wrong with you. I'm the same as I was a moment ago. It must be fear creeping into your heart.
You know you can't stop me.
And what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin?
She fractures again. I don't like where this is going. Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are.
Wie sollte ich sie töten? Ich habe nicht mal
How
das
would we
Messer.
even do that? Where would we start? We'd always start by retrieving the blade. The one he made us throw out the window. I wasn't the one who threw it. Oh, come on, you told us to. Don't try to pass the blame now that it's come back to bite. Well, if I'd known we'd be dealing with this, maybe I wouldn't have been so hasty with my suggestions. I don't think we're going to be able to put her back. Kind of hurts to think about it, doesn't it? It's like everything we say just multiplies her. It certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her questions and stop stalling. You're obviously just making things worse.
Ja, ich merke das auch. Hier runterzukommen. Ja, das weiß sie aber alles nicht. Wenn ich dich herauslasse, was würdest
I
du
don't
dann
think I can
tun?
answer that question in a way you'd find meaningful. I just want to live my life.
Oh,
I'm not going to dance for you.
weißt du, so eine... Willst du eigentlich von mir? Ich werde dich umbringen. Bist du auf die Nerven? Ich will ja nur raus. Das sind irgendwie so verschiedene...
Besides,
You
you
already
Yeah.
know what I'm going to do.
Also die ist wirklich ein Monster.
Not a single real answer. At least aside from Miss Blood and Destruction, it's infuriating, isn't it? Whose buttons are there for us to press? Whose skin is there for us to get under? Not exactly how I'd put it, but I don't disagree. There must be something we can do. Asking questions just seems to make things worse. Okay, this was fun for a bit, but we can't even really interact with her, can we? What's the point of asking questions if all we're going to get is a million answers? Can't even follow what's
stimmt.
going on anymore. We need to get out of here. This whole place is making me itch.
I'm getting you... Ja gut, ich kann jetzt nur noch...
I don't
Jetzt sag ich
remember
das
what
auch
it was
noch.
like before I was in this place. Why would I know what happened to you? We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in.
Sie ist traurig.
Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here. But at least now you're not alone. And I'm not alone either.
Oh.
You're not really cut out for this, are you? Why are you even here? Oh, I thought they would send something better to deal with me. If the stairs managed to chew you up.
I will devour you.
Wait,
Ja, jetzt kann ich nur das eine
right.
wählen.
Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope
vielleicht doch
as your
vorher
very self
abhauen
is
sollen,
pulled
bevor ich
in
weiterrede?
incomprehensibly many directions. You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone.
Was?
Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. But this... We can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating.
Irgendwie passiert nichts und alles.
Luckily for all of us, Nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all falls apart.
Ja, es ist alles
I
auseinandergefallen.
think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts